Welcome to Module 3 in Leading Success for Diverse Learners. I'm thrilled that you're back. And we've gone, this is our third module now, and we really want to start to kind of delve a little deeper into this work. So, as we talk about leading success for diverse learners, one of the things that we've got to keep in mind is the system. If we as change agents are to do the disruptive work that needs to happen to ensure that all children have access, it's so important for us to understand systems, the systems that have led us to where we are right now. And so again, we often think about that. We start with that family system, but we've also got to be thinking about what are those systems within public education that make a difference. So I know that we're talking, I wanted to take you back into leading successful diverse learners and do a little bit of learning with Elena. One of the things that she's been doing as she's been working with her team is really trying to grapple with the challenge and really do this work with her leadership team. I do believe that no one person can do all the work. You can only be successful as you're engaging those that are in various roles in the organization, and other players as well, other stakeholders. Parents need to be involved, community members need to be involved, our students most of all need to be involved if they're going to be successful, and our teachers and administrators. So it's really that team effort to be able to do this work together that's being led by someone like you. So thanks to Elena, I think we have a lot of lessons that we can learn. Lena has been really trying to roll her sleeves up and understand her district. And so I want to read an excerpt from chapter I'm going to take you into a little bit into chapter, I believe this is chapter 2. Yes, chapter 2. What's really going on behind these results? I love the quotes. I'm going to start with that. It says, if you pick the right people and give them the opportunity to spread their wings and put compensation as a carrier behind it, you almost don't have to manage them. And that isn't that where we want to be as a team when we're thinking about our system. We need all players to be working at their best. Well, in this chapter 2, Elena kind of digs into unpacking truths, right? And I love how she begins. She works with Don and Lisa, and she's been really kind of trying to unpack what's happening in the district. And in this meeting, as she's kind of getting ready for her next meeting with the core leadership team, they really dig into like understanding that baseline data. So some of the questions that they kind of grappled with, I think were really very helpful, and I think will be helpful for you as you're thinking about tackling some of those challenges that you identified during module 2. And some of the questions that can guide you are, what challenges are we facing as a system based on our data, right? What data can we examine to better understand these challenges? What's really going on behind the data? And then what solutions might we consider? Sometimes we jump to solutions and we jump there way too quickly, and we really need to spend our time kind of grappling with that problem. One thing that Albert Einstein talks about is the fact that we really need to deeply understand the problem. Because if he said if he had an hour, he would spend 55 minutes better understanding the problem with 5 minutes on the solution. Well, I'm not quite sure I could just use 5 minutes, but I understand what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that we need to spend a little more time deeply understanding the problem. So that's exactly what she did on page 37. She really kind of delves into understanding, and some of the challenges that came to surface for her were, and this is like from the conversation with her leadership team. English learners are not performing at high levels. Students with special education are not performing at high levels. Black students and Latino students are also underperforming. Too many of our students are not performing at high levels in reading and math. This probably sounds all too familiar. And to really have a deep understanding of it, you really is kind of understand and pull and aggregate that data and really do a deep analysis. So some of the data points that the team identified that they needed to look into was their reading data, their math data, their language proficiency data. Don't forget that one. That's one that often we look at the reading and the math, and we're not thinking about the intersection of language as we're looking at reading and math. Very, very important. Graduation data, understanding attendance data. Another big one for many of our English learners is really unpacking the graduation data. Sometimes we'll notice that students who have completed the program are doing and working at higher levels, and our students that are still in the program are not performing as well. So the question is, are they not performing as well because they don't have language? Could be something that they're still developing that first of their second language, right? So that's a real thing, but it also could be that the teachers in front of them are not providing them access to grade level content. That's another real issue. And I know that in my past districts, I've seen that. And as I've been working with other districts, I've seen that as well. So that's something that's so, so important. Again, those are just a little snapshot for you of some of the things that for you to consider as we go into this module. And I really want us to spend some time delving into what are some of those root causes behind the challenges that we're seeing, because it's so important for us to make sure that we keep asking why. When we see a problem, why is it happening? And when we get to the answer to that why, then why is that happening? And as we drill down, we can get to a deeper level of understanding what are those root causes that are really driving some of the challenges that we're seeing. Well, I hope that you'll stay with me, hang in there. We've got some delving in to do as we talk about those root causes behind some of those challenges that you noted. I look forward to working with you in this module.